It's freaking hot. Wandering aimlessly through the streets of Ithaca, I spy my first waterfalls of the day. Look at this, and it's cooler back here. There's a breeze coming from that direction. And I have a surprise for you. So hold on here, intimate. Just hold on. I have a surprise.
There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You got to find your own.
Okay, grocery shopping is done. It's freaking hot. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. And it says 83 in here and 78 out. Oh no, it says 78 outside, but my thermometer's not outside. A little bit different of a travel day today because it is super hot here in upstate New York. It's the kind of heat that just moving makes you sweat, just like this. I'm sweating. Really. It's 10:30 now. I got my grocery shopping done first thing so that it wasn't too hot, and I parked in the shade so that I could just run in while Sadie waited for me. And it's still only 78 degrees in here, so that's good. And we're just gonna mosey. I'm just gonna meander today, mostly just looking for water, maybe find a really cool, I'd love to find a river. We're heading up to the Finger Lakes. Yeah, so let's go, New York. We're gonna explore. And I have a surprise for you. So hold on here, intimate. Just hold on. I have a surprise. Do you hear it? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? No more noise. That's the surprise. Surprise! No more noise. I finally got it fixed. 4 mechanics told me it was my transmission. And it was a drive shaft, the carrier bearing in the drive shaft. So they had to remove the whole drive shaft, replace the carrier bearing. They went ahead and, thanks Richard for the suggestion, went ahead and did my U-joints, greased all my ball bearings in the front, checked the alignment's fine, got brand new front tires. What else? They did a whole bunch of stuff. Really awesome job, really one of the best garages I've ever worked with. I'm really glad I stopped there on the way and got it done. And it was called Talmadge Truck and Tire in Binghamton, New York. So great experience, and no noise for the first time in a year and a half. I don't have the whizzing whirring noise. I don't have to constantly worry that my drive shaft is going to seize up and bolt us forward.
I don't mind saying I roll out of bed and I roll up. Ooh, stretch my back and legs. Well, now what did the younger me become? I make some coffee and a plan, and I decide on oats and eggs. Blow my
I know.
away.
We're going for a long ride. Want to go Waterfalls? We're going to go Waterfall.
Prepares me for the things that come. Yeah, beautiful morning,
Richford, New York.
keep me alive when the darkness comes. Ooh, that kind of a morning. It's the natural feeling that will make
Wash my windshield. I'm going to stop and get my windshield washed so that you can see better.
moving as
So I can see better.
seasonal. Don't break no promises. Sing
at that.
that your body believes.
Handle. Yay. New York is annoying. Look at that. I don't know what it is about New York. Ugh.
Beautiful beautiful morning, keeping me alive when the darkness comes. Ooh, that kind of morning. It's the natural feeling that you make it through. It's all I need to hold on, hold on, hold on. Yeah, it's all I do to hold on, hold on, hold on. And it's all I do to hold on.
Yeah, I know. I know. You have to go to the bathroom, don't you? You should. I told you to use the bathroom before we leave. But no. Why didn't you use the potty before we left? Yeah, now you have to go, don't you? Nice Confederate flag. Really? I know. We'll find a place for you to potty. We'll find a place. We're gonna pull over. You know, I really wish sometimes I could play the music that's playing in the background, like sometimes even on the radio or at gas stations, because it really just kind of sets a tone, I feel like, for where I'm at, and you know, sometimes just really fits the scene of my journey. But I can't play, you know, top radio music in my videos. Here's a fun fact you may not know. If I do play music like that I don't pay for, so we'll get to that in a minute. Let's say I play a Billy Joel song is on the radio. I don't get a copyright strike for it, but what they do is they take all the monetization off my video. So let's say I make $100 on a video for, you know, all the hours of work that I put into it. If I use a Billy Joel song, they take all or part of the revenue for that song. So I earn nothing. That's not fair, right? It might just be a 10-second clip and they'll take all the money. Monetization being held, or sometimes they'll say revenue sharing, sometimes not. Sometimes they literally get all of it. So I pay for my music, and oftentimes when you hear music in my driving, a lot of times it's to move the video along and to create, you know, a story. But sometimes I have to play music over like gas stations and stuff like that. Music that I pay for. I have two different services, Artlist and Envato, and the links to those are always in my video description. And if you ever want to know what a song is, I usually list them in the video description. So go ahead and look, and you can purchase the music or find it find it yourself if you want it. But I pay for those services to be able to. I pay for the licenses for the songs that I use. So sometimes I just have to use music to cover up other people's music so I don't get my money stolen from me. So there you go, little insight into being a YouTube creator. Here's another fun fact. Just because I pay for music doesn't mean that I'm going to be issue free. So a lot of times artists sell their music to multiple outlets, multiple platforms. So I buy a song on Artlist, let's say, or Envato, and I used to use Storyblocks, which was 10 times worse. I'll buy a song from them. I'll buy the license to use the song. And as soon as I put it up, I get a copyright claim, which means I have to go download the license. I have to fill out a form on YouTube to release the claim, and then they get up to 30 days to review my dispute and decide whether or not I have a right to use the music. So even if I buy the music, doesn't mean that I don't have to jump through hoops sometimes. I literally, at the beginning of the year, for some reason, I got like 20 copyright claims within a week. That's like an hour of work or more, especially, and I've complained to YouTube, they should put a statute of limitations on it or make me only have to do that once. I've done it 5-6 times for one song on one video over the years, and they can come back 7 years later. So that's why I'm trying to be really diligent about putting songs in the video description in case 7 years later I have to go back and fight a claim, so I know what the name of the song is and where I got it. So yeah, they make us jump through some crazy hoops sometimes. There's a lot more that goes into making these videos than many of you probably are aware. And fighting copyright claims is part of it. I think I currently have 6 or 7 pending right now for music that I bought. The good news is very rarely do I lose a dispute, and if I do lose a dispute, I challenge it and I always win because I've paid for the music, so I have every right to use it. Yeah, it can be labor intensive sometimes. Stuff, just little things like that. I mean, I pay for music and I still have to jump through hoops sometimes. It's crazy. Anyway, that's it. That's my life as a YouTube creator. But anyway, they were playing some good music at the gas station. Take me away, a better place. Take me away. Wow, that was really bad. Pocket full of sunshine. That used to be on my iPod. It used to be one of my workout songs. All right, Caroline. We're in the town of Caroline with an I-N-E. Screw it. We'll drive through. Ithaca. Welcome to Ithaca. Well, I didn't really want to drive in downtown Ithaca, but it looks like that's where I'm heading. If that big truck up there can do it, I can do it. There are a few famous people that you may have heard of who were born in Ithaca, including the Roots author Alex Haley and astronomer Carl Sagan, also television writer Rod Serling. You remember Rod Serling, The Twilight Zone. Ithaca is also home to 2 pretty big universities, Cornell University and Ithaca College, as well as Tompkins Cortland Community College. Sometimes a road break is just a funky little pull off on the side of the road. You know, she used to get car sick her first year, and she got over that, but she still does not love traveling. And we haven't been traveling much lately, so maybe maybe her tummy's a little upset. What's the matter? Why don't you poop? I think you need to poop. Alright, so trying to figure out where I'm going to sleep tonight is a little bit of a challenge being in this part of the country because, for one thing, there are very limited public lands, and if you do find public lands, it's state land and the boondocking is very limited, so I'm really having to rely on campgrounds. And I don't have an app that gives me all of the options for camping. So it can be a little frustrating to find campgrounds. But I do have some really good news for iPhone users. Today's video is sponsored by Allstay's RV and Camping app. And if you have an iPhone, this is a must-have for planning your next RV or camping trip. There's a few things I know you're going to love about it. Number one, over the years, I have had probably hundreds of questions about finding the best route for your RV travels to avoid low clearance bridges and underpasses. The Allstays app is going to give you that. The other thing I really think is amazing about the Allstays app that I haven't seen in other places is that it's got more than 32,000 camping options across the United States and Canada, which means you're going to be able to find a place to camp no matter where you're going, using just one app. Not only are they going to show you campgrounds and national parks, and yes, even Corps of Engineers, which you can just filter. If you just want to see Corps of Engineers, just filter it by Corps of Engineers. Or if you want to just see national parks, you can filter it by national parks. But they also have free overnight stays. They also are going to show you public lands that you can camp on. And the best thing is, all you have to do is plug in your destination, like Youngstown, Ohio, and it's going to show you all the options in that area. It's also going to show you all the services you're going to need to make your next trip a success. It's going to give you your propane stations, your gas stations, your dump stations, where you can get water, and all the other services you need to plan your trip. So don't wait for the last minute. For as little as $1 a week, you can start planning your next RV or camping adventure. Just use the link in the video description below to download the app and get started planning your next exciting adventure. And speaking of exciting adventures, I gotta get back on the road. Yehezekal also gave us 4 brave women who joined the Civil War effort as nurses. One of them was Sophronia Buckland, who published an account of her experiences in 1869. Her book is titled In Hospital and Camp, A Woman's Record of Thrilling Incidents Among the Wounded in the Late War. And you can find the book at the History Center in Yehezekal. She writes in her book in the introduction that she was constantly told by the men in the field, "This is no place for women." People screamed at her everywhere she went. Wandering aimlessly through the streets of Yehezekal, I spy my first waterfalls of the day, Yehezekal Falls. So we parked at the school. It's Juneteenth, so there's no school today. Okay, come on. And the waterfalls are right up here. Well, it's no surprise that I happened to run into a waterfall, because Yehezekal is famous for its many waterfalls, with more than 100 within 10 miles of downtown. In fact, if you put them all together, it's a waterfall 7,342 feet tall. That's more than 1.5 miles of falling water. With a drop of 150 feet and 175 feet wide, Yehezekal Falls is the region's most powerful and most impressive. By 1817, a half a dozen mills were operating here, and their ruins are still visible on the south bank. Not allowed to swim here, but dogs are allowed. Not a bad way to start my waterfall journey today, huh? Yehezekal Falls. Beautiful. Wow. Sadie's hot, but she won't go in the water. Come on down. Maybe we'll go in the water down here. Yehezekal Falls is actually the last of a series of waterfalls along the Hanging Valley, which was formed where Fall Creek intersects the glacial trough of Cayuga Lake. This is actually the creek's final plunge into Cayuga Lake. Well, I just passed the cemetery where Carl Sagan is, well, it says his resting place. I'm assuming that's where he's buried. I would have loved to go in and see that, but the road was it's a cemetery road, and usually that means a lot of low trees, and cemeteries aren't made for RVs, so I wasn't able to drive through, and it's too hot to try to walk through. Sadie's already tired from the waterfall hike, but hey, Carl Sagan was buried here. How about that? I like Carl Sagan. Smart guy. So I'm on the Cayuga Lake Scenic Byway. I missed the view. Just taking the scenic route. It's a little early to get to the state park, and I don't even know at this point if I want to do the waterfall trail, it is really hot. So we'll see. So right now, the best thing to do really is to drive, because I have air conditioning while I drive, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm hoping to find a place in the water, a boat ramp or something. She wouldn't go in at the falls, even in the calm creek, but maybe I can get her to go in a lake. So far, it hasn't been very scenic. Nature preserve. There was a nature preserve I just passed, but the parking lot was tiny and it's not near the water. Not very scenic. I hope the scenic part is coming up. I think I'm gonna give up on the scenic route and head east toward my campground. It's almost 1 o'clock. This is just a drive through the New York countryside. Farmland. So, and it's hot. So, I have work to do. So I think we're just going to go plug in and run the AC. And, yeah, do that. And maybe I'll see where the waterfall hikes are. Maybe we can do one later when the sun starts going down, or first thing tomorrow morning. It's going to be a little cooler tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Thursday. I think we have one more day of hot weather tomorrow. Yeah. This humidity, man, it's terrible. It's so hot, my phone keeps overheating, even with the AC on in the cab. That's it, old school. Byway. I think we're gonna just turn right here. Corner store, gas, grocery, bakery, local. Ooh, if it wasn't so hot, I'd go in. Can't leave Sadie behind. Bummer. Look at that old church. Look at that old church. Took the right at, heading toward the state park. Genoa, established in 1789. How come nobody lives in Hertz's? I can't believe nobody has done a videos about living in a Hertz. Look at that. Wow. Like an old brick school building or town I don't know, something with a couple stories, old and brick. I was just thinking how cool it would be to buy it and just wander around in there. Like, don't fix it up that much. And just be able to, like, wander around this old brick building whenever you want. That would be cool. I would think like a schoolhouse. That would be cool. I know, it's kind of a weird thing, huh? I'm weird. So I'm on North 38 now, another small town. Barb's Diner. I'm getting hungry. So we're on 30, oh, Locke. We're in Locke. Locke Town Hall. Everybody's flags are out, getting ready for 4th of July. So, welcome to almost real time. I took a break from filming for several weeks, so you're going to see this 10 days from now. Hi, future self. Hi, future people. Yeah, 10 days, so we're almost real time. And a lot of you ask me all the time, why are you on so much of a delay? Well, because partly for safety, but partly because I get very behind in my videos because I shoot so much. So and it takes me 4 or 5 days to make an hour-long video. I can only fit so much into an hour-long video. So the more I shoot, the more I get behind, right? So if I show you 3 days of my life in an hour-long video, do the math, how easy that is for me to get behind. The alternative is to shoot less, not show you as much. You know, one Sunday I'm in Wyoming, the next Sunday I'm in Ohio, and you don't get to see anything in between. And I did that a couple years ago. One of my first trips back east, I skipped a lot of once I got to Ohio, and people were like, what happened to all that? What happened? So, you know, no matter what I do, I can't win. But most of you don't care about the delay. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. I really don't understand why it's such a big deal. People get really upset about it. People have unsubscribed. Speaking of that, do me a favor. Subscribe to my channel if you like my content. I didn't mean to do that. And those of you who have been around for a while, even if you think you're subscribed, go ahead and double check right now. Look at that. I don't know why YouTube unsubscribes people, but they do. So go ahead and double check. Click the bell so you never miss a video. You'll never know where I'm gonna end up next. You just never know. So now we're in Moravia, 1789, National Register of Historic Places. Flower Market. Oh, here's my state park. There's my park. That's where I'm camping. All right, well, let's see what's in the little town. The first settlers arrived in Moravia around 1789 while the natives still lived here. The town was formed in 1833 from the town of Sempronius. Oldest house in Moravia. Sorry you missed it. Maybe we'll get it on the way back. And Moravia was long known as the last bastion of the Whigs, the defunct political party of ex-native U.S. President Millard Fillmore. There's the oldest house. I hate these campgrounds that make you check in. I mean, I made a reservation online. Why do I have to check in? And they said that they were require rabies, so I might as well take it in. Make sure. Our Mexico folder, which is copy of rabies. Alright, let's go for a walk. It's hot, but I want to explore a little bit, so check out my new water bottle. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I designed this. It's in my Etsy store. I'll put a link in the video description. There's also hats. Isn't it adorable? Alright, let's go for a walk. Look at this, and it's cooler back here. There's a breeze coming from that direction off the water. It's nice and cool, but it's a dead end. I want Sadie to get in. Come on, you want to get in? That's got to feel good. Alright, well it's too hot to cook tonight, so I'm just going to have a big salad for dinner. I bought some romaine hearts. Unfortunately, I forgot to buy, I always have greens, spinach or kale, and I totally forgot to buy those. I have tons of veggies. I'm going to put tons of veggies in it. I hope the air conditioning isn't too noisy. I have it set at 80, maybe it'll go off. like it froze a little bit at the core. My refrigerator does not run. These RV refrigerators do not do well in high humidity. They don't. They just don't. And in order for stuff to get hot, or to get cool, to stay cool, you have to turn it up super high. And then at night when it cools off, things freeze. It's kind of a pain. Broccoli, which, you know what? I think I'll cook it just a little bit in the air fryer. Because I don't like raw broccoli, but I'm not going to overcook it. Maybe I'll do that. Peppers. So I thought the air fryer would be really nice to use when I'm plugged in, or even with a Bluetti on really hot days, but it actually does throw off a lot of heat. In fact, I had to replace my coffee grinder because I ran it right in front of my coffee grinder, and it literally melted the knobs on the coffee grinder, so it didn't work anymore, and I had to buy a new one. Yeah. So be careful, and it does throw off a lot of heat, but you know what? I'm running the AC. I just want to soften the broccoli up, just cook it a little bit. So you know what? I'll cook it on a low temp. Even though I have plenty of water, I've learned to not waste water. I'm going to save this to wash my hands, maybe flush my toilet. I'm going to put it in the sink in the back. Everything goes bad so much faster in this humidity. These aren't even that old, and the ends are kind of icky, but I'll cut them off. The thing I've noticed with broccoli in the air fryer, it gets tough really fast. It's the only thing that I've really had a problem with, that rather than crispy, it gets tough. So this is perfect. I'm going to let it cool off a while. And round out my salad, let me see. Pumpkin seeds, which are really good, really healthy, good source of magnesium and healthy fats. So I'm going to put some pumpkin seeds on it. Also add some crunch. And I'm going to add beans. What am I going to add? Chickpeas, I think. Let's go see if we can find them. Maybe I'll do black beans. Shoot. I thought I had tons of garbanzo beans. I guess not. Wow, I could have swore I had garbanzo beans. Dry beans. Huh. There we go. Ta-da. So I have been cooking up beans from dry beans more, rather than all the wasteful cans and all the stuff that goes into it. But I actually have found that I go through them really fast. I eat a lot of beans because that's a main source of protein. I mean, I'll make a big pot of beans and I'll put half of it, in the freezer, and I mean, it'll last me a week. Like, a pot of beans will last me like a week, so I think I need to start doubling my pots of beans so that they last longer. I want to rely less on cans, but ow, bad habit. I never close cabinets. Or do any of you do that? My ex-husband used to give me a hard time. He'd walk into the kitchen and every cabinet in the kitchen would be open. I've had many bruised heads. Any of you guys do the same thing, or are you always have to have everything closed, or always just got into the habit of closing everything? Not me. I've learned living in an RV to try to close them more often, because tiny space, you get hurt. So, alright, there's my beans. Alright, I'm going to let my lettuce drain a little longer. Hopefully it'll dry out. Otherwise, I'll roll it in some paper towels, and then I'm going to assemble my salad. But I'm going to get a little work done. Done with this. Ow. It goes in the front. Storage. The cab is storage. Nice.
Afraid of getting lost. Tell me where you go.
Have some store-bought lemon tahini dressing. Yum. And there you go. There's my salad. Delicious. Perfect for a hot day. So I'm hoping it'll cool off enough to go for a walk in a little while. I want to go explore some more. The campground's filling up. I love big salad. It's so good. What do you like in your big salad? What could make my big salad better? Let me know in comments below. So good. You want big salad? I just have to say, this day is gross. It's like 7 o'clock, and I've been waiting for it to cool off enough to even want to come outside. I've been sitting inside with the air conditioning on, and it's cooler now, but it is so humid. So we're going for a little walk. Maybe a little bit up the Gorge Trail. Oh my god, it's so humid.
Good.
Oh, is this it? Oh, this sucks. go. Oh my gosh, it's nice and cool in here. Look at this. Hi. Oh, wow. Well, this is really beautiful. It's almost dark though. Well, it's I still see sun hitting the trees, but it's almost 8 o'clock. I guess I have time. We're almost on the longest day of the year. Oh yeah, like tomorrow. And it's my favorite part of summer. It means the days are going to start getting shorter, which makes me happy. Not a fan of summer. Never been in a humid climate. I mean, it's ridiculous right now. Heading back, it's getting kind of dark and it's a slippery trail and I'm in Crocs. So, heading back. Glad I got out and did this though. We had it all to ourselves. I know, she's hot too. Don't jump. Wait, I know, it's down there. It's a big drop off. Oh, and you can't see it. You can't see anything. I believe this was a first. I slept with my air conditioning on. I had it set at 77 and it kicked on a couple times over the night, throughout the night. So I'm drinking my coffee. Last night we did the Gorge Trail. Today I want to go do the at least part of the North Rim Trail. So we're going to head out right now and do that. The campground really filled up. I didn't take any video before when I first got here, but there was only one camper over here when I got here. There was nobody across from me. There was nobody next to me, and it filled up last night. Water in these hot temperatures. Everybody wants to be here. Don't blame them. So we're going to go for a walk before it gets too hot. It's about 70... It's 76 in here. I think it's about high 70s outside, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, and this heat wave, no joke, man. By the time you see this, you'll know the heat wave about 10 days ago was no joke. Just took a nice little break and cooled off. That was nice. Did my hair. Oh, it's beautiful up here. So this is supposed to be a 2.3 or 2.6 mile trail. And according to the map, it meets up with the Gorge Trail. So I was thinking I might take the Gorge Trail back. I'll see what the next map says now that Sadie's been able to get a drink and cool off. I wanted to take the Gorge Trail back because it's closer to the water. Of course, we're on the rim, but we'll see how far it is. But it's a moderate hike, they say. And I would agree, a lot of climbing. I probably climbed 100 stairs or more to get up here. And then a little bit of climbing here and there, but boy. Oh, here we go, a waterfall. No, it's not really running, but wow, look at it. Wow. She's thirsty again already. Here's a tip for you. If you're out on a hike like this and you don't necessarily didn't plan ahead and download a map from an app on your phone, take a picture of the sign that shows the map. It really comes in handy. I forgot to do that. I'm gonna take the gorge trail. I didn't go out all the way last night, so I want to be down close to the water. It's getting warm for her. All that climbing, now we gotta go down. Which is almost harder. Hard on the knees. Switchbacks. Any of you remember that crazy hike I did in New Zealand? Oh, the video didn't capture the half of it. So funny, I ran across something, I think on YouTube the other day, some guy hiking New Zealand, and he was like, that was the hardest hike I've ever done. Young guy, good shape. And I was like, that's New Zealand. Hardest hike I ever did. And remember, I was missing switchbacks. And if you didn't see my New Zealand series or that hike, I'll put a link in the video description so that you can check it out. That was a crazy hike. It was on, I had to fly to an island. I just lost my Yeti. I set it down wobbly and it rolled down way down there. I can't go down there and get it. I don't even know. Oh my gosh. I guess I can try. That is really steep. Oh, I lost my Yeti. Oh my gosh. Wow. That was stupid. I'm trying to see if I can get down there. I mean, I don't even know if it stopped at those trees or if it went down further. The trail switches back. Maybe I'll find it. Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. See it anywhere? I'm thinking it would be about here. Nope. It's gone. My Yeti is gone. Wow, that sucks. I don't see it. Oh well. It could be anywhere. I came up one more layer. I don't see it. It's like a needle in a haystack. Alright, R.I.P. Yeti. Thanks for all the wonderful hikes together. Oh man. Alright. Well, I get back down this. No way. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Look at that. I walked right by it. I climbed all the way up there. Look at that. Lost the lid, but that's okay. I have replacement lids. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Welcome back, Yeti. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. Wow. Luckily, the Yeti lids I have from my branded tumblers fit this, so I've got tons of lids. Wow, it came all the way down the hill. Yay! Alright, this ended up being quite a workout. More than I bargained for. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect quite so many stairs in the beginning. And all this. I climb up on all fours, up and down, to look for my cup. Okay. Oh my goodness. Ow. 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 My ankle's got a little bit of a cramp. Alright, we're down on the gorge trail. Easy hiking here. Wow. Probably the creek we were playing in. Wow. Oh no, there's an overlook over there for a waterfall. I heard it, but I couldn't see it. Gorgeous. Well, that was a great way to start my day. Probably close to 4 miles. And a workout, you know, a lot of climbing, a lot of stairs. So I'm sore. And the humidity is kind of wreaking havoc on my joints a little bit, my hips especially. But anyway, I'm going to make a second cup of coffee. It's 10:30 and I need to get a little work done before I pack up and we move on. So let me get that done. Funny story about my awning. So I could have sworn a couple years ago I used my awning, I was about to roll it up, and it ripped across the vinyl. And I rolled it up and I was scared to death to ever try to unroll it again because I was afraid it wouldn't roll back up with the ripped vinyl. I now know how they're put together, so I realized I could have rolled it up even with ripped vinyl. So relative of mine offered to help me replace the vinyl on the awning because that was the only thing broken with it. So I ordered new vinyl for the awning. We went out there, I watched a bunch of videos, how to do it, super easy, went out there, unrolled my awning. It was stuck, so I had to do some WD-40, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with the vinyl on my awning. I am so, perplexed. I swear I have a memory of seeing it split across the whole length of the vinyl. And there's nothing wrong with it. So I don't know if maybe a shadow fell across it the last time I rolled it up. I mean, I didn't hear it rip, so maybe it was just a shadow, or the edges are fraying just a little bit. I've duct taped them. Maybe I was afraid it was gonna rip, or maybe it got stuck because it got stuck coming out. It needed to be greased. So maybe it just got stuck, and I was afraid once I finally got it moving that it would get stuck again and I wouldn't be able to pull it out, and I forgot and thought it was ripped. I am not old enough to be having I am so blown away. How did why isn't it ripped? Why isn't my awning ripped? I don't even know what to think. I mean, I often joke that I've got one brain cell left and it works really hard. You know, I did a lot of damage to my brain, but that's just weird. Have you guys ever had anything like that before? I still would swear my awning was ripped in half, and it's not. Did I dream it? I don't even know. But anyway, after 2 years, I have gone without an awning because I thought my awning was ripped. And now I have an awning again. I don't even know. One of life's great mysteries. So Fillmore Glen State Park, not bad. Not bad. The sites aren't as far apart as I thought they were on the map, but you know, it's summer, you know, families and kids and dogs, and so it's definitely not very quiet. Speaking of dogs, my dog contributes to that. She's not used to staying in campgrounds, and sometimes well, when dogs come by, she barks. But I think it was like $30 with she's growling at. Oh, there's a dog over there. So $30 with electricity for out of state. They did ask me for Sadie's rabies certificate, so I did have to show that at the office. We're going to another state park tonight, Toggenok Falls State Park, on a different, well, we're not on a Great Lake. We're between two Great Lakes today. I don't remember which ones. I'll put it right here in the caption, so read. And I'm gonna mosey today. I'm gonna take the scenic route, explore a couple of the Great Lakes, And I'm only like an hour from the other state park, so I do have to work though, and it's almost noon already. But we'll see. We're just gonna we'll play it by ear. Maybe it just means I have to pull an all-nighter tonight. Just kidding. I don't do that. I think that's all I wanted to update you on. Yeah. All right, let's mosey. And they do have a dump station. They have bathrooms. I think they're flush toilets. I didn't go look, but they have showers, dump station, dumpsters, recycling, which is nice. New York is very good about recycling. They have recycling everywhere, which is nice. This bridge, little unnerving. Said 9 tons, but it was still a little unnerving. We're gonna drive through the park. There's a road that goes through the park. I want to go check it out. I walked a little bit on it coming back from my hike this morning, but rough road. I always end up on the rough roads. Both literally and figuratively. Rough road Carolyn. Alright. Wow. We have a nice hike. Are you as sore as I am? I doubt it. I'm sore. I'm pretty sore. That was a lot of steps between yesterday and today. Besides that annoying whirring sound finally being gone, I swear my RV is quieter, which would make sense. I mean, in addition to the whirring, I could almost hear like a grinding, you know, I mean, and if I had a bearing that wasn't moving right, it's a lot quieter. Do you hear that? It's so much quieter. I'm happy. Wow, this is a beautiful drive. Wow. This is a picnic area up here. I don't think I'm going to go any... Well, yes I am. You know I am. You know I am going further. Those of you who've been with me a while, how many times have you seen me do that? I really shouldn't go up that. I really shouldn't go there. Okay, I'm going there. My curiosity, I just can't. It's really hard for me to turn around without seeing everything, you know? I suppose that's when I get off the road. I'll get off the road when I literally have seen everything. Not ready to get off the road yet. Yay, I found the end. Wow, this is so beautiful out here. What is that? Service road. am now complete. I can go back. I've seen the end. Wow, hiking trails. Nice. Beautiful picnic areas out here. Beautiful. If you want a picnic area away from the crowds, of course there's no swimming up here. Everybody's down by the swimming, but oh my God, it's beautiful up here. Wow.